it is nonprofit organizations. So you really don't want a .org. Now, we have .info, .biz, .ca, .com, .us, which is US, you know, all the other countries. Those are considered commercial identifiers. So if you have a business, a product, or a service, then you want to be either a .info, a .biz, a .ca, a .com, if you follow what I'm saying, because you are a service or a product that you are trying to sell. So you want to have your website, the domain identifier, to be one of those. But I want you to understand the difference between .ca and .com. The main difference is, again, think of these freeway exits. When I exit the freeway with .info, .biz, I am exiting the freeway in a rural dirt community because there's not a whole lot of business in the .info. It's a small segment of business owners that are over there. It's a small population. Now, when I'm a .ca, it's much bigger because it's Canada. But .com is the world. So selling is exposure. You want .com. Now let me tell a true story here. I lived in the States for 10 years, all of the 90s. And there was a gentleman, and if you remember the early 90s, 92, 93, 94, especially 93, 94, is when the internet started to take off. And people were buying domain names like crazy. And there was this man in the US, in California. I didn't know him personally, but I met him through the business that I was doing in the US in real estate, which was selling real estate franchises. I met him that way. He had bought realestate.com. And he was a small 2-man, 3-man office. He had a homemade little website. Very unimpressive. He owned that domain name for a long time. I don't know how many years. Maybe 10 years. Maybe not quite that long. 8 years for sure. And along came eloans.com when the internet really took off and bought the domain name alone, realestate.com, and paid this man $6 million. True story. Just for the domain. Now I ask this question of you. If he had bought realestate.ca, would he have gotten $6 million? No. So I want to make sure you understand you want a .com, a .com, a .com. The other reason I want you to understand why you want a generic name is for the very first time in our lives, you finally, as a real estate person, can really have a business that you can sell and market someday when you go to retire. A good friend of mine retired after 47 years a realtor.